Upright.
Send it.
That's a
Money.
perfect ball.
Let's go. I went around him.
Assist.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Oh, dude. He fouled our dude.
That guy's honestly lost for everything.
10. Let's go.
Wow, you just destroyed that dude. You look so hesitant on
You're
everything.
cool
you do.
ball.
This is our first big game, seems like. Or no, maybe we did have one. Nice.
You ended his career. So slow. Oh. Let's go.
Posers.
I'm so good with that turn.
Hey everyone, this is Lesky here, back to another FIFA 21 Pro Clubs player build for you guys today. And in this video, we have for you a Didier Drogba striker build for y'all, which was requested in the comments by a viewer. If y'all don't know who Drogba is or was when he was playing, he is now an icon on Ultimate Team since he is retired. But he's most notably played for Chelsea. He played a lot of games for Chelsea and even won the Champions League with them. Just talking about this Drogba build, as you guys can see, we're listed as 6'2", 149 pounds. And on Footbin, Drogba is listed as 6'2" as well, so it's perfect. We went for his exact height. Decided not to go for his exact weight. He's obviously over 149, but pace reasons, we went for 149. Because anything higher, you get a little bit slower. And then if you go for 119, you are a little bit faster, but you don't have that strength and physical that Drogba has. So that's why I went for 6'2", 149 on this body page. And then once you have that, you'll be good to go. And now we can move on to the skill tree. Alright guys, so over here on this Drogba playstyle screen, as you guys can see, we're listed as a striker, 6'2", 149 pounds, and right-footed. So we're going to start on the physical page. And looking at Drogba's 89 rated card and a little bit at his 91 rated icon card, his 89 rated card is perfect just to look at because this build is an 89 rated as well. So it's perfect. And on his physical stats for his 89 rated icon card, it says he has 86 jumping and 96 strength, which are the two stats that really matter for physical. Because reactions and aggression, we can't do anything about that anyways. Those are all just like base stats. That we can't even upgrade on the skill tree anyways. But so he has 92 strength, something we can't get as a 6'2", 149 pound striker. So we tried to get as close as we possibly could and max that strength out to 86, even though he has 92. Kind of close, 6 off, but for 86 strength for pro clubs is very, very good. Like if you haven't used a strong dude in pro clubs this year, you should be able to tell a big difference, especially if you're used to using the smaller players. Like you should be able to body people off pretty easily when using this build. And then looking at the jumping, we have 95 jumping on Drogba's 89 rated card. He is 86 jumping. And then looking at his 91 rated card real quick, let's look at his physical stats real quick. It's probably a little bit higher. He has 91 jumping and 94 strength. So even though his jumping went up even more on his 91 rated card from 86 to 91, we still have better jumping. We have 95 jumping, which is absolutely crazy. So we went for 95 jumping and 86 strength, which is the closest we could get to Drogba since he has 91 jumping and 94 strength on his 91 rated card. And then on this right section, we went all the way down to the second wind like I do in all my builds and like I say in all my videos. If you are an innie and you're going to be using this build with an innie, I'd suggest taking off the second wind and adding it to something else further along in the skill tree. So this is going to be it for the physical side of things. We're going to move on to dribbling. So on FIFA, Drogba has 4-star skills. So with this build, since there was a lot of skill points we had to spread out, especially in the shooting section, we decided to actually go for 4-star skills. A lot of y'all know that I am a 5-star skiller, and on most builds that don't even, like, the players don't even have 5-star skills, I'll try and add 5-star skills just because it's a lot more fun to play pro clubs with 5-star skills, in my opinion. But for this build, since there were so many skill points spread out, we decided to not go for the 5-star skills for this one and make it super accurate with the 4-star skills, just like Drogba. So on this left side, we wanted to get at least that balance and agility higher than 80, even though on all of his cards he doesn't have like agility or balance over 80. Like, that's like his lowest stats. Like, on his 91 rated card right now, he has 73 agility and 68 balance, and then on his 89 rated card, it's 70 agility, 66 balance. So it gets even worse. That's like his worst dribbling stats, which they are our worst dribbling stats as well, just not as bad. So I wanted to keep it over 80. So that's what I went for. I went for the 80 balance and 80 agility. You're going to go all the way to this balance. That gives you +2. Get this middle one with agility and balance, which will give you +1 agility, +1 balance, and lose 1 ball control. And then lastly, you'll go to this agility advanced focus on the bottom left, the bird. That'll give you +3 balance, and you'll lose another ball control. But that'll get you up to 80 agility and 80 balance, which is a nice balance, I guess. Because it's 80 and 80. It's looking nice and even. It looks better than it would be if it was like 80-79. That just kind of irks me. So I decided I want to try and get 80-80 at least. And then on this right side, you don't have to go for the flare. Actually, let me check. He might actually have the flare trait. Yeah, so his traits that he has is power header and flare trait. So that's why I actually went for the flare trait. Even if he didn't, I still probably would have went for it anyways. Not going to lie. But yeah, I went all the way down to the flare trait, and that's all you have to do on this right section, and you're good to go. The dribbling's not amazing, nothing too crazy. You're not like the most agile or anything, but then again, you're a bigger striker. You're going to be in the box, be more of a poacher, aerial threat, and just a clinical finisher in the box rather than a dribbler / playmaker. But the dribbling on this build still is pretty freaking good, especially for a bigger build. So this is going to be it for dribbling, and now we're going to move on to passing. Over here on the passing section, we decided not to put anything. As a base striker, they already have really bad passing stats, but on all of Drogba's cards, that is his worst section other than defending. But like, looking at his 91 rated card, it's worse passing than we have, I think. Yeah, he has 67 long passing. We have 67 exactly, so that's spot on. 78 short pass. We have 82, so our short pass is better. He has 80 vision. We have 80 vision. So with comparing his 91 rated card, the passing stats are actually very similar. In 77 crossing, we have 77 crossing. So we have the exact same vision, exact same crossing, exact same long passing, +4 short passing, and +6 curve. He has 76 curve, we have 82. So every single stat is better or the exact same. So for the passing section, we don't have too much to talk about. Like, again, it's not going to be anything insane because look at that 67 long passing. You're not going to be able to ping balls across the field very accurately. So you might come into certain situations where you notice the passing's pretty bad, but you're kind of going to have to deal with it since we have to put skill points in other sections. But that's going to be it for the passing section, guys. And now we're going to move on to shooting. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but Drogba has 4-star weak foot. I mentioned he has 4-star skills. He is a 4-star player. So that's what we went with exactly on this build. On this left side, just for extra shot power and some long shots for some extra skill points that we had, I believe. And we really just wanted to get that shot power up because he has 94 shot power on his 91 rated card. I'm going to look more towards his 89 rated card when it comes to shooting. Because his 91 rated card, his shooting stats were insane. But his 89 rated card, they're still crazy. 93 finishing and 91 shot power. We're not going to get it to 91 shot power. The highest I got it up to was 85. If you wanted to, you could get this one and get it up to 87 and get it even higher. But again, we just don't have that much skill points to spread around. So I went for all the way down to this shooting focus and let it be. But then in this middle section, we went for the power header. I haven't used power header on one of my builds in a while, other than like my first 2 like target man builds I posted on this channel for FIFA 21, which were absolutely crazy in the air. I didn't have as much success with this build as my other target man builds that I posted on my channel back in the day. But then again, we played with a narrow formation and there's only 3 of us playing. So we don't have like really wingers that are staying out wide, crossing the ball in. So our formation wasn't really suited too much for this build's play style. If you have a lot of like some wingers that run down the line and like to cross the ball in, this build will be perfect for that because you're a big dude with hops and an aerial threat. As you guys can see, we have 95 heading accuracy because we added this power header, and then we got all this finishing, and then we went for the 4-star weak foot. And that's everything you need for the shooting on the skill tree. But comparing the stats, he has 91 heading accuracy. We went all the way down to the power header, so it gave us all these heading stats. And gave us 95 heading accuracy. So we actually have more heading accuracy than he does on his 91 rated card, or on his 89 rated card. Looking at his 91 rated card, he actually has exactly 95 heading accuracy. So we're spot on with his 91 rated card for heading accuracy. And then on his 89 rated card, he has 93 finishing. We have 93 finishing. 88 volleys, 95 volleys for us. Again, his shot power is 91. We only have 85. And if you want to somehow figure out a way to add those extra shot power, if you really want it, then go ahead and try and figure that out. It's going to be tough, though. He has 83 long shots. We have 82. So the long shots aren't the best since we didn't go for the weak foot right here. Again, since the power header cost quite a bit, we had to go for this weak foot. There's no point of getting all these skill points right here just to get this weak foot when I could just go right here for a weak foot for five extra skill points. So that's what we went for, and that's why we don't have the long shots up too high. But then again, he wasn't known too much for his long shots on all of his cards. He only has 83 long shots on his 89 rated card compared to our 82. I think that's the only stat that's really worse other than shot power. And then probably penalties. Yeah, he has 88 penalties. We have 85, but can't do anything about that unless we bump them up. And then again, our volleys are a lot better. 95 volleys compared to his 88. So the finishing stats are actually very close to Drogba's icon cards, as you guys can see. And we do have that power header trait. So if you are going to be using this build and want to win some headers, go for it. And if y'all really want to, I guess y'all could take it off. I would do something like this. Maybe even take this one off and add it to passing, and then maybe just the rest to the agility and balance if y'all want to get that up, or even skill points if y'all want the skill points, or maybe this one as well to get that ball control and dribbling up even more if y'all don't want the power header and y'all don't think y'all are going to utilize it. This build is very accurate since I do have the flare trait, the 4-star skills, the 4-star weak foot, and the power header. I have the 4-star, and those 2 traits that he has, so we're very accurate in that regards. And then a lot of the stats in all these sections are very, very similar, as you guys can see. So on to the last section, which is pace. And this is probably the biggest problem with this build, I guess. You just can't really get a taller striker very fast in pro clubs, as fast as you'd want it at least. Like, you'd at least want it to get it to 90 pace. Like a 90 pace 6'2" striker would be phenomenal in pro clubs. But for a 6'2", 149, the fastest you can get it is 87 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. So that's what we had to settle with. I mean, I could have made him 119 and maybe got like one more acceleration, one more sprint speed. But then you lose some strength, and then it just really doesn't look like a Drogba build. You look like a really skinny player rather than actually Drogba. So that's why I went for 149 rather than the lower weight. But like on his 89 rated card, which is his slowest card, I think, on Ultimate Team, it's only 85 pace. So we actually have more pace. He has 85 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. But then looking at his 91 rated card, he has 90 pace, which we're not going to be able to compete. And then his lowest card, his 87 rated card, has 88 pace, which we're pretty close to. We're almost at 87. So this is what we're going to have to deal with when it comes to this Drogba build. You're not going to be too fast. But then again, like I said, you're not going to be the one running down the line too much. You're going to be wanting to stay towards the center of the field and making runs in behind that way. So it's easier for you to get one-on-one with the goalie. Like, the defenders won't be able to catch up with you if you're staying more towards the center of the field and like your teammates slot you in at a good time. The defenders aren't going to be able to catch you with that 87 acceleration, 86 sprint speed. I don't think the center backs are even that fast in Division 1 anyways. But this build really isn't too bad. I got behind quite a bit and got onto some one-on-ones, and I didn't notice the pace being too much of a problem. But that will wrap up this player build for you guys, this Drogba striker build. If y'all do give it a try, let me know what y'all think of it in the comments. And when y'all do use this build, just remember to play to the build's strengths rather than the weaknesses. Don't try and outpace people. Don't try and like dribble people like crazy or anything like that. Use that strength. Tap the left trigger or the L2 if you're playing on PlayStation to body people when they're getting close to you. You'll like shoulder them off, arm them off, like stiff arm them basically, and bump them off of you for a bit. Use that strength. It's very good. High strength in pro clubs can be very good because most of the other players you're playing against don't have very much strength in the first place. And then that high jumping of 95 jumping, and if you are going to be using the power header, try and utilize that and tell your teammates to cross it to you on corners or just to cross LB exit, loft it to you up in the box for you to win the header. At just a normal X, whatever it may be, just whip that ball in the box so you can try and get your head on it or just volley it in with those 95 volleys. Just play to your strengths when you're using this build. That's all I'm going to say and recommend. But again, that's going to wrap it up. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button on my channel, and maybe even that bell to be notified when my videos go live. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.